The Truman Youth Leadership Academy, hosted each summer at the University of Missouri, reaches out to mid-Missouri middle school students through a week of fun-filled camp activities that teaches leadership skills, community service, and civic engagement.
First of all, middle schoolers have a ton of energy, so they're a lot of fun to work with because they are driven and they're motivated to try new things and explore all these different possibilities. And I also think that they're in this sort of exploratory zone where they're trying to figure out what they want to do in life, and they're learning how their skills can meet their passions so that they can find their purpose.
So in a sense, I think that's kind of when kids, could start learning more about politics, because they're only 4 years away from being voters, and really having a sense of that their voice matters in the community. I think also, a really good skill for them is just learning how to be good debaters, good at articulating thoughts and ideas, kind of taking what are their particular passions or interests and actually substantiating them with with facts that support sort of the community. And so I think it's they learn a lot about communication and community when they come to the city and take part in that exercise.
One of the biggest things that impressed me the most was how quickly our students picked up everything that we put in front of them. Like, we did a lot of really intense simulations. We did one with the White House Decision Center, which was an all afternoon long, and it put our students in the roles of the presidential cabinets, and they had to figure out how to end World War II in Japan. And it's a really intense simulation. Like, there's a ton of reading and there's a ton of questions, and you have to meet with everybody and you break off into little groups. And I just remember first seeing the kids and just how intense they got. Like, we didn't have to help them at all. Like, they did all of it on their own. And after, the people from the White House Decision Center just came up to us and just said, we've had groups of adults who don't do as well as these kids just did.
What we do here for the students is they come in, myself and generally the other management fellow that we have, will lead the kids in a sort of a simulation of a city council meeting, and it ends up being a lot of fun. We let them kind of pick their topics, so the kids end up getting really into it. Some of them are very articulate and well-spoken and passionate about the issues, and I think they really like it because it's a way for them to understand how city government works and how decisions get made, but they're able to do something that matters to them. And so I think it helps the learning experience too, because it's something that they're really interested in and engaged in.
Because of the flat branch and the different service projects we did, I've actually started several other service projects. One I'm trying to start, it's called Stuff with Love. I'm trying to collect new toys and stuffed animals for children at the Children's Hospital. And then I'm also collecting paper products and raising money for the Rape and Abuse Crisis Center in Jeff City.
When we were working on the ideal service projects, the group I had wanted to create a safe house for children who maybe couldn't go home to work on homework, or they didn't feel like they were in a very good family environment. And I remember at the end, we stepped back from the poster, and one of the girls looked at me with these bright eyes and said, we could actually do this. And I thought, yeah, you can. And it was a pretty neat moment to get to share that with her.
We hope that the kids in our camp can kind of take the experiences that they had, see what they're capable of, and kind of use the skills that they've learned to carry it on and kind of and then they can in turn become that role model for kids, for their friends in school who may not be able to have the same experiences, or are looking to get involved with some other type of leadership.
I think that the experience they gain through that week they can take back to, first of all, their school level and start participating on that level and start creating change at their school, and then they can start to expand and realize that they can make a difference in their community and their state and eventually in the world.